Secretary Reber, congratulations on your new position. As the Budget Secretary, you wear several hats. One of those is that you are also the chair of the Pennsylvania Broadband Development Authority, legislation that we sat across the table from and negotiated to create that entity when the federal government instructed us to do so. So PBDA, its board, and the General Assembly have done a lot. We've done everything that we need to do to roll out broadband here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania with those federal dollars. Right now, we have about $700 million on the line, and we have new requirements that have come to us from NTIA, and we need to accept that new agreement. Do you believe that the governor is willing to make the necessary changes in order for us to accept this $700 million so that we can have the connectivity and the jobs that come along with it?
Yes, Senator, I do believe that we've heard, at least verbally, from NTIA that they have given us conditional approval. To my knowledge, to date, we have not received the notice of award from NIST. I would like to see, and I believe the authority should see what the language says as it relates specifically to any of the conditions on the award to make sure that any conditions align with, federal law, obviously, the policies and procedures of the BEAD program, as well as any state law requirements as well. So.
I appreciate that. $700 million, we pay a lot of taxes to the federal government. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't come to us, it's probably going to go to another state. And my taxpayers tell me the same thing. They don't care what level of government that money is going to. It comes out of that same wallet. I think sending back that money to the federal government along with those jobs and that connectivity that Pennsylvanians need is a missed opportunity, and I look forward to working with you on that.
Sure. And I'm also hopeful that we'll get guidance on the additional roughly $400 million that we could potentially drive out through the Broadband Development Authority as well, that we should hopefully be getting sometime in March. So look forward to working with you.
And I'll look forward to working with you on that as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Secretary Browne. Some questions about the technology and process modernization appropriation. It's had an increase of 64%. Now, earlier today, you spoke to I believe, the Fast File pilot program that your department has been engaged with, working to simplify, modernize the state tax filing process. I'm sure that everyone will appreciate that, reduce processing times, lower administrative costs, and of course, improve operational efficiency. So is the Fast File initiative part of that broader technology and process modernization effort funded through this appropriation?
Yes, it's one of the system improvements that are part of that, yes.
So how much has been spent in total since the Technology and Process Modernization Initiative program began?
I'd have to get to the total number. The 12 million that we've had across the board for the last several years, that's a contractual amount with our vendor for purposes of maintenance, upgrades, enhancements, and any additional modifications we need to make to accommodate new things. That includes 2 major enhancements to accommodate the dependent care credit, the working families tax credit. If we receive an amount for that technology enhancement that is consistent with prior years, we won't be able to meet just the contractual yearly amount for maintenance and enhancements. But the total amount, I'll make sure I get that to you, Senator.
I would very much appreciate that, and would love to know if you believe that the significant investment over the years has resulted in measurable budget savings and or improved efficiencies.
It absolutely has. In terms of our user personnel, being able to use personnel for new initiatives, major new initiatives in relation to the number of taxpayers that would benefit. I couldn't see how we'd use the legacy COBOL system and adjust accordingly to accommodate a program in a couple months that would provide benefits to 1 million folks. So this is possible from the standpoint we have a modern compliance system.
Having learned to code in COBOL as a child, I can understand that for certain. When do you anticipate the project to be complete, and when do you think the need for funding for this program will cease?
Well, we'll always have an appropriation for purposes of maintenance and enhancement. This is the contractual amount now that's been negotiated, but there'll always be, because this is a compliance system that accommodates every single tax we have. So we have dedicated staff from our vendor that helps us maintain and enhance the system as time goes on. So what we know now is what we have under contract is the amount that we're budgeting for. Can we renegotiate a lower amount in the future? Absolutely, and we'll look to do that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.